So at this time, I would like you to complete the following warm-up exercises, problems 1 through 5. We are now going to have a second day of adding and subtracting unlike fractions, but this time our denominators are not going to be so closely related. Our first example, we have 5/18 and 3/4. Just like yesterday, we want to set up our problems vertically. We have to ask ourselves, what is our common denominator of 4 and 18? So we start thinking about our multiples of 18, and if any of those multiples of 18 would be the same for multiples of 4. And we determine that 36 is going to be a common multiple, or more specifically, the least common denominator or least common multiple. And then we ask ourselves, what times 18 gives us 36? It would be a multiplication of 2. So what we do to our denominator, we do to our numerator. And 5 times 2 is 10. Then we ask ourselves, what times 4 gives us 36? And we say that is a multiplication of 9. So what we did to our denominator, we now do to our numerator. And 3 times 9 is 27. We add this together, 1036 plus 2736 is going to give us 3736. And we see that we have an improper fraction as our answer, so we have to do our fish hook, and we'll do that off to the side over here. How many times does 36 go into 37? Once. And we are left with a final answer of 1 and 1/36. Again, this is a repeat of yesterday's assignment, but we're just having our denominators be a little different. They're not necessarily a factor or a multiple of one another. Second example, we have 3/5 minus 2/5, 25ths. Again, we set up our problem vertically. Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. I gave the common denominator already. I jumped the gun, I apologize. We find out that our common denominator was 25. So we say, what times 5 gives me 25? 5. What you do to the denominator, you must do to the numerator, and therefore 3 times 5 is 15. And what do we multiply 25 by to give us 25? 1. What you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now this time we have a subtraction problem. So we take 15 25ths minus 2 25ths to give us 13 25ths. And of course we double check to see if 13 25ths is in lowest terms, which it is. Our third and final example, we are going to take 14 15ths plus 4 ninths. We set up our problem vertically. And now we have to ask ourselves, what is a common denominator of 9 and 15? Again, I'm going through my lists of multiples of 15. I'm saying 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. 15 times 3 is 45. Oh, and then I say to myself, 9 is a factor of 45. So I've now located my lowest common denominator of 9 and 15 to be 45. And again, this over here is what Mrs. First likes to call side work. So you can do that anywhere, on the side, on a different piece of paper, anywhere that you feel comfortable. So now we say to ourselves, what times 15 gave me 45? And as you can see, it was my third multiple. So that means I'm going to multiply my numerator by 3. So 14 times 3 is 42. And then I say, what times 9 gives me 45? It is a 5, so when I multiply the denominator by 5, I must multiply my numerator by 5, and 4 times 5 is 20. And I add them together, and I get 42 45ths plus 20 45ths to be 62 45ths. I have an improper fraction as an answer, so I must simplify that. How many times does 45 go into 62? 1 time. And I fishhook. And I get a final answer of 1 and 17 45ths. You double check to see if 17 45ths is in simplest form, which it is. So our final answer is 1 and 17 45ths. I now have an example for you to try. 26 35ths minus 3 tenths. Please be sure to check the Google Calendar to find out what your homework assignment or classwork is for the day. And don't forget to do your exit ticket. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.